All right, 6/7s. This is a little extension video. You can see the work that I was doing. Oh, didn't quite make it there, did it? Hopefully that works. This is the work I was just reviewing with the grade 6s for their work. You guys are working on circles. And I'm going to show you two different things here. First thing is, a radius is half of the diameter. So if my radius is 5 centimeters, my diameter is going to be 10 centimeters. I want you to get into the habit of writing your radius and diameter down. You can even draw one in if it makes it easier for you. This becomes really important in grade 8 when things get a little more complicated. So our formulas, we're not talking about perimeter, we're talking about circumference. So circumference is going to be pi times d, or 2 pi r. Remember, the radius is half of the diameter. So if I have d, that's the same as 2 times r. 10, the same as 2 times 5. I know what pi is. Remember, pi is just a representation of the number 3.14. We'll stick with 3.14. Write down your formula every single time. Next line, I'm going to write in my variables. Times 10 centimeters. Now it's order of ops. 3.14 times 10 is going to be 31.4 centimeters. The only thing you need to know to find circumference is the radius or the diameter. Multiply it by pi, good to go. Because remember, pi is just the circumference divided by the diameter. That's what pi stands for. It's the relationship between circumference and diameter. Next, area. This is the one that seems to be the hardest for people. This is pi r squared. I know my radius is 5. I've already written down my formula. What's the next line? You can say it. What's the next line? What am I doing? First line is the formula. Second line is the variables. Then 3 down, you solve. So I have my formula. Number 2, fill in the variables. 3.14 times 5 squared. Now, in order of ops, what comes first? Is it multiplication or the exponent? It's ed. It's the exponent. So now I'm going to go 3.14 times 25. I just happen to have my handy dandy calculator here. 25 gives me 78.5 equals 78.5 centimeters. Now because this was centimeters and we squared it, it's going to be centimeters squared. Remember those tiny little squares we talked about? That's what area is always in. These are your circle calculations. Now, the hardest thing that you're going to be asked to do this week, sorry about kicking the camera, is when we give you the circumference equals 215 centimeters. And we're going to ask you to find the radius and the diameter. So we don't know what it is. Now we got a bit of a problem. So here, if we know the circumference equals pi times d, well, when we were trying to find pi, what did we actually do to the circumference? See how we divided it by d? So you're going to be using something called the inverse formula, which means when we reverse it. So we are looking for d. How are we going to get rid of that pi? Well, just like we did over here, we're going to rewrite it. C divided by pi equals the diameter. We're going to talk more about how to manipulate formulas like this when we do algebra. But circumference divided by pi will give me the diameter. This is step number 1. I have my formula. Next thing, put in my variables. Well, I know what pi is and I know what d is. C divided by 3.14 equals d. Oh, hold on. I even know what d is. That is 215. So 215 divided by 3.14 equals the diameter. Now we do it. 215 divided by 3.14, 68.47. Let's round that to 68.47. So D equals 68.47. Yes, we are dealing with decimals. Now, I have my diameter, but what is my radius? Diameter equals 68.47. What was it over here? Diameter was 2 times. So if I know my diameter is 10, how do I get to 5? It's half. Keep the number on your calculator, divided by 2. My radius is 34.23. And that's all there is to it. This is what I expect to see in your notes when you're doing that. You may have to do your calculations on a different page. Good luck. Send me any questions. If you get totally lost, we'll look at it next week. Thanks, guys. Good luck.